I'm searching, won't stop till I find you. I'm running, won't stop till I touch you. You're my destination. Lord, you're all I got. Nothing can deter me. I said I won't stop. If it's not you, find you.
Hey, DJ Mark, sure we'll represent. Say that.
Yo, walk one. We're locked in with DJ Mark in the mix. This is your boy Lucas Music, not from here.
I never made a fortune. It's probably not too late.
It's probably not too late.
Oh, but I don't worry about that much. 'Cause I'm happy anyhow. As I go along life's journey, I'm reaping better than I sowed. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has sometimes the going is rough. But I've got a friend in Jesus, and that makes me rich enough. I thank God for all His blessings on me and the mercies He's bestowed. Right now, you may be going through some rough times in your life, but I'm here to encourage you today not to give up. I pronounce a blessing upon your life, upon your family. You must prosper and be in good health in the name of Jesus. I believe it on my heart. So Lord, help me not to grumble and complain of the tough roads I have on. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. And if I should go on living, should the way get steep and rough, I thank you, Lord, I thank you, Lord. May I ask for no other blessing, Jesus, 'cause I'm already.
Hey, good afternoon to you. This is DJ Mark, your boy.
Be too busy. I won't be too busy to help a brother. There is love.
Today is July the 25th. I just want to welcome you all. Hey, trust me, man. Time upon a body. Just want to welcome you to another in the series, DJ Mark in the Mix with your boy, DJ Mark.
My cup has overflowed.
We have a wonderful show lined up for you. This is how we do it every single Sunday. This Sunday is not going to be any different. But let me tell you, we have a special guest. I'm saying special guest. We have an interview later on in the show at 3 o'clock Jamaica time. Our guest is Minister Blessed. The man will say, the glad bag boss. Yeah, man, him same one.
I turn away when
this one is from Adrian Cunningham. Lord, I love you. Wanna big up the RVR family. Kimona, how you doing?
All my life.
Sister Faye, how are you doing? Giving God thanks, eh? Wanna big up all of the RVR family, you know?
RVR 24/7.
Yes, God.
Indeed, God is a good God.
Yes. Lord.
Let me ask you a question. How was your week? Was it a rough week? Was it smooth and silky? Well, I mean, my week was a bit up and down, you know. But we give God thanks that we are here. We're still alive.
Friends would tell me,
and let's never take it for granted that we are alive. Enough people don't want to be alive right now.
All my life.
They just couldn't wake up. No breath.
Till I obey them and find a church.
I pick up DJ Robert and the wife, you know.
Set me free.
Oh, go on, bro.
It was at the altar.
I look up those on the Facebook.
I felt
Sassan, how you doing?
slowly lifting off my life. My life.
I welcome Sister Barbara Blake, locked in from the UK. Hey.
Every time
you know, we have a special guest from the UK today, Sister Blake.
I get words. Oh, dear Jesus, I need your help, Lord. Don't you ever.
If anybody in here that loves the Lord, anybody listening that loves the Lord today,
all I have is only you, Lord. Every friend I look to always lets me down. I remember you promised to never leave me. I'm depending on you, Lord, to hear my call.
You're tuned in to DJ Mark in the Mix, where we bring you the best and the latest in gospel music. Don't scroll, keep it on cruise control. Are you ready to get your praise on? Come on, let's go.
come on, let's go.
RVR 24/7. Featured guest DJs. Music news. The hottest DJs from around the world.
Was so empty. I needed someone who could take away this emptiness inside. I turn away when friends would tell me I should come to you and surrender all my life. But life was reckless till I obeyed them and find a church that I could go to set me free. It was at the altar I cried, Lord, save me. I felt the burden slowly lifting off my life. My life was lost without you. Every time I think I'm better, I get worse. Oh, dear Jesus, I need your help, Lord. Don't you ever turn away and let me fall. All I have is only you, Lord. Every friend I look to always lets destruction hovering at my door. Oh, I wonder, where are you, Lord, when the devil seemed to knock me on the floor.
Come on, somebody.
Now I see, Lord, I got the victory.
Wanna greet
Overcome because you came
Louise? How you doing, sis?
all I needed, Lord.
Tell Javier and Jade hi for me.
And you ran and came to set me free. Oh, Lord,
So guys, today we don't have necessarily a guest who will be bringing the word, but guess what? We still have the word for you, all right?
I need you in the midst.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be playing a video and you listen to the word, powerful word, I tell you.
Yeah.
Very popular pastor in the States, all right?
Oh, yes. You're the one to fix the things that are right. Lord, I love you. Lord, 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 Lord. Lord, I need you. Yes, Lord. I need
Are you a problem for the enemy? I'm going to tell you how you can know if you are. If nothing ever goes wrong in your life and you never burn the toast, if everything is so nice and neat and orderly and you never face any kind of resistance, it means that the devil isn't threatened by you at all. And here's how I know that from the text, because again, we often perceive that the presence of God is proven by the absence of problems, right? Wrong. Couldn't be more untrue. Because when Elisha was giving the word of the Lord to prevent the attack for the people of God, watch what the king did in verse 13. Go find out where he is. The moment that you begin to fulfill the purpose God created you for, the enemy will dispatch special forces. Raise your hand if you had some things happen this year that made you question if God even loved you. Raise your hand. Be honest enough to raise it. I suggest to you, keep it up. I suggest to you that the reason you had some of your problems is because you are such a problem for the darkness because of the light that you carry. Somebody shout, I'm a problem. So let me tell you how you can prove that God is with you, okay? The way that you can prove that God is with you is not by the fact that nothing bad ever happens to you. The proof, my mom used to say, the proof is in the pudding. Well, I found out when it comes to the things of God, the proof is in the problem. How do I know that God is using me and that He has great plans for me? How do I know that God has put a big calling on my life? How do I know that God has something outstanding for my future? I know the size of my calling by the size of my problem. Y'all shout if you've been through something this year. When Elisha started telling the king where to look for the attack, the king of Aram said, you gotta find him. He's a problem. The enemy sent special forces for you this year because you are right on the verge of breaking a generational curse and changing a bloodline. You're a problem for the darkness. You're a problem. He said, go find out where he is so I can send men and capture him. And the report came back, he's in Dothan. Then he sent horses and chariots and a strong force there. And they went by night and surrounded the city. Now, verse 15 is really what I want to preach. Y'all get ready. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? because I only got 12 minutes to preach this, and I'm going to need a little bit of help. Are you ready for verse 15? No, you're not. You can't be, because when the servant of the man of God got up and went out early the next morning, an army with horses and chariots had surrounded the city. Oh no, my Lord. What shall we do? The servant asked. Now this is something that I need to illustrate. Give me like 6 men on the stage real quick, and 6 men that are not very big. The team captain. Yeah, he's too big. He's too big. I need 6 men that are not very big. 6 men that are not very big. And don't be insulted if he chooses you. 6 men that are not very big. 6 men that are not very big. Come on up. 6 men that are not very big. 6 men that are not very big. 6 men that are not very big. I want y'all to form a circle around me and look intimidating, all right? Not too close, just like how the servant woke up. Get around me. 6 men that are not too big. 6 men that are not too big. We may need 2 more. Give me 8 men that are not too big. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all get all around me. Get all around me and look ferocious, like, arr. Look at me like, we're going to kill you. You're that prophet that's been, messing up all over. Come on. Arr. This is a problem. Come on, get me all the way around. 6 men that are not too big. 8 men that are not too big. And the servant, I want to show you something. This is going to be so helpful for you to understand what you go through in the next 12 months and in the next 10 years and for as long as God's hand will be on you. The servant woke up, right? And the first thing he saw that morning when he got up, he saw something that he didn't know how to handle. And I think everybody here, personally speaking, has something that they're looking at that they don't know how to handle. It's usually not a military thing. It's a mental thing. So I've got maybe like, I got a decision I don't know how to make. I got bills. I got this. I got that. I got transition. So he's looking around and he's like, oh no, my Lord, what shall we do? Now Elisha is the prophet that would tell the king where the enemy was going to attack. And here's my question. If he knew where the king was going to be attacked, why did he get attacked?
Wow.
If you have the ability to know when other people are going to be attacked, how can you not see it when you're going to be attacked? Have you ever noticed how easy it is to give other people advice for their marriage, for raising their children? Oh, but mess around and have one of your own and you will shut your stupid mouth. When it happens to you, and the servant goes, oh no, my Lord, what shall we do? Now watch what Elisha says. Give me the next verse. Put it on the screen, please. Don't be afraid, the prophet answered. Oh man, this sounds like great advice. Don't be afraid. Now, these are chariots and horses. These are not, no offense, but this is not you. This is trained Syrian soldiers. And the prophet says, don't be afraid. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. James, get me 12 men who are real big. 12 men who are as big as you. Come on, right now. I need 12 really big men. 12 really fierce men. 12 men that are on CrossFit and creatine and protein and TRT and HGH and steroids. Come on, I need 12 big men. And I need you to come here because I'm going to be Elisha. I'm going to be Elisha. And I'm going to stand here in the middle. And I need y'all to come surround me because the Bible says that when Elisha prayed, come on, get real close. Get real close. Come on, I don't have any proximity issues. Not that close. Back up a little bit. Come in close as we can get, and I can still have functionality. Come on, get in close. Get in close. Because Elisha said, don't be afraid. Those who are with us, come on, surround me all the way. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. Those who are with us are more than those who are with. It not only means we've got more in quantity, but they are greater in strength because those who are with us are more than those who are with them. So I'm going to show you something real quick. So he said, don't be afraid. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And then the next verse, verse 17 says, and Elisha prayed, O Lord, open his eyes so that he may see. Okay? Now, watch out. If I'm the servant, I'll be right back. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. If I'm the servant, I'm thinking that God is about to do something so awesome, and he's going to make all the enemies, the first ones that came to attack, I'm going to close my eyes, and he's going to pray. And when I open my eyes, all the enemies are going to be gone. So y'all leave real quick. Just leave. Just go somewhere. Not the good ones, the bad ones. So, yeah. That's what I'm expecting. I open my eyes. Wow. It's a miracle. But come back. Instead, get back in position. Quickly. It's almost midnight. I'm going to show you something. So Elisha's praying, right? He's like, oh Lord, open his eyes that he may see. And he opens his eyes, and what does he see? The same enemy that he saw before the prayer. In fact, go to the next verse, verse 18. As the enemy came toward him. Now, stop. How did Elisha pray and the enemy still came toward him? How did Elisha, the powerful man of God, how did Elisha, who had the word, how did Elisha, the prophet that struck the water, how did Elisha, the successor to Elijah, how did Elisha, who led an entire nation into a time of revival, who could purify the waters of the Jericho, how could Elisha keep praying but the attack kept coming? Well, the proof of the presence of God is not the absence of problems. The proof of the presence of God is not that the problems disappeared. The proof of the presence of God is that he kept me surrounded, and the enemy came, but he couldn't kill me. The enemy came, depression came, the panic attack came. I could barely catch my breath, but somehow the word of God sustained me through every season of my life. I almost lost my mind. I almost gave up. I almost let go. But there were more for me than against me. And I declare into the darkness of your life, greater is he that is in me. And the proof is in the problem. If God sent you a really big problem, he's about to demonstrate that he's a really big God. I got a really big God. I got a really good God. I got a really faithful Savior. So I got a really great praise.
No, that man said, always arise even when me fail. Over every evil me must prevail. Someone for say we sink, now stop seal. Come and tell them lies, and not cast them spell. Watch we a progress, why them a rebel? You know the secret of the most high, that's how we dwell. What's done by the king must be done well, because of who we represent. The most high, the most high. never fail, no. Run,
trust me.
live again, yeah.
I'm original normal. That's one from Stephen Fortick. Hey, come on, God's gonna fight our battles for us, alright?
Oh yeah, I will never sell out. No that pansy.
Wanna say good evening,
Even when me fail,
Sister Pantan Wagwan,
me must prevail. Someone for
Sandra Maki,
no stop see.
Ray F1, Jemenson,
On a cast
Joanna Allen, how you doing?
progress. Why am I rebel?
Barbara Fagan, good afternoon.
That's how we dwell. What's done by the king must be done well because of who we represent. The most high, the most high.
Wanna say good afternoon to
King on the earth,
Mr. Georgia, how you doing?
most high. Alpha, Omega, El Shaddai, the most high, the most high. Say I was weak but now I'm strong because of the most high.
You know, sometimes I have to change up the thing, don't it?
Education is the key, so I got a degree.
Yeah, man.
Then I realized that the book stops with the me.
So guys, look out for
Now what you want from me? Immediate
random videos like these.
front of me, Father. Now I start to see what I'm supposed to see. Chain me
This one is from Randall Positive with Most High.
in something out of nothing. World changer, you birthed in me. The most high, the most high. Beginning and the end. Most high, most high.
If it's the first time you're tuning in, welcome to DJ Mark in the Mix.
Most high. Say I was weak, but now I'm strong.
Remember at 3 o'clock we have a special guest,
Most high.
Minister Blessed.
Accept defeat. If I work hard, I'll achieve. For there is more with me than those who are against me. Truly believe and receive.
He's from the UK, migrated to the UK, and you're gonna be hearing about him and his music,
And God brings it.
some new stuff.
And that is why me representing the
Yeah, man, he's a good friend of mine, you know.
first time. Who me representing? Most high. The most high. Most high. Say who you're representing. Most high. Most high. Most high. Tell me who you're representing. Most high. Most high. Tell me who you're representing.
You know, this is a reflection segment. Reflect on the goodness of God.
Tell me who you're representing. Oh yeah. Most high. Most high. See, I was weak, but now I'm strong because of the most high. Most high.
So this one is from Kevin Heath now. I'm above.
Where I was standing, the sun was shining. I felt so low in my spirit. In my pain, I was
Come on, somebody.
but God saw something in me. Restore my life.
Hey, we're encouraging somebody today, all right?
Now I can see the sunshine. I cannot believe this is me. I'm above all my troubles.
RVR 24/7.
Trust me, man, this one is a big song, you know, I'm above. Come on, somebody.
Where I was standing, the sun was shining. I felt so low in my spirit. In my pain, I was drowning. But God saw something in me. Restore my life and set me free. Now I can see the sunshine. I cannot believe this is me. I'm above all my troubles. I'm above all my pain. I'm above all my past.
Come on, you're above, you're above.
I will never be the same again. I'm above all my troubles. I'm above all my pain. I'm above all my past. And my life will never be the same again. Many didn't have faith in me. Couldn't
So at 2:45, we're gonna switch things up.
I'm just thanking God I'm alive.
And we're gonna be playing some of Minister Blessed songs you know as well.
I'm like an eagle soaring high.
Hey, trust me, man, Minister Blessed has quite a few albums, you know. Anybody know one of Minister Blessed song? If you know that song, just put it in the comment section. Hey, if you're joining for the first time, it's Jesus Party this, you know. Just say invite a friend, tell somebody. You know, we're gonna turn up the vibes, don't it? Pure niceness. Come on, somebody say I'm above. Let's say wagwan, sis. How things over there in Canada? Oh, it's there. Let's say big up to Jermaine Harris, Jermaine Campbell. So guys, still in the worship segment, you know. This one is from Jason Mighty. This one is You Waited. You know that song, I don't it. It's the cover version. Alright, listen what I go on.
Righteous Vibes Radio 24/7. Commercial free 24/7.
For me, the voice you know, see a chosen represent for DJ Mark in the mix.
This is Ryan Davis bigging up DJ Mark. Hold them.
So guys, guess what? Every mountain you can look out for an interview, alright?
You came out, yo.
Be an artist, me I talk about, and be a different artist. Man, I gonna even say nothing too tough.
You sat down to speak to me.
You know DJ Robert
What I made
does the same thing, you know, RVR channel. No normal, RVR radio station, no normal, you know.
So
who's the interview got stuck on pile, don't worry yourself.
You waited for me.
And just after my show at 4 and we'll finish, we have a DJ Robert coming in at 5 with Praise Without Limits. DJ stick our pass through today. So I know it's a radio burn up.
No, my past confirm my shame. What amazing grace you show so patiently. You showed so patiently. You waited for me, just for me. Thank you, Jesus. You waited for me, just for me. Oh yeah. Where would I be if you left me? Where would I be
So peeps, we're gonna be playing a new rhythm project by the name of Gatekeeper Rhythm, alright? Telling about the reggae gospel, you know, don't it? This one is Gatekeeper Rhythm. Here we go now.
Hey yo, hey yo.
This one is from Cafe Cynthia with Amazing Love. This one is Keep It Up from Denise, Nicole.
Keep it up, let the voice.
Gatekeeper Rhythm, brand new something again.
Keep it up, keep it up. Keep your faith up, keep your hopes up. Keep it up, let the voice up just speak louder. On your mark, get ready to move on.
I want to say good afternoon to Patrice Williams. Wagwan sis.
Look ahead, your view.
Mary Thompson, how you doing?
In the end, you win.
You know that remix something there. You know that rhythm sound familiar, don't it?
Keep it up, yeah. Keep it up, yeah. Keep your faith up, keep your hopes up. Come on, keep it up, keep it up. Let the voice up just speak louder. Come on, keep it up, yeah. Keep it up. Surely goodness and mercy.
Tell me for another one, yeah. This one is Forever. From Abigail Kitchell, you are one. I tell us the baseline pan is normal. You guys do me a favor, make sure say once you're there and live, make sure say you like it up, alright, and share it up too. And also last week, the first time I actually go up on an Instagram live. For those on Instagram, you can just for DJ Mark in the Mix 876. Like we see how today go now. Might go back one day today. What do you think? So it's like we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram same time, you know.
Blessed be your name. So then me go say your Jehovah, always on time. My life I run for your warranty. I got the warranty. People send me boss it to me rose up. I just the blessing when me I make me a flow so.
Yeah. This one is from Sister Sasha. You are going read the rules, so.
Sometimes you got to let them know.
In fact, I said that reading project are just women alone. Me I tell you panda chinga. It's like a woman segment this.
People send me boss it to me rose up. I just the blessing when me I make me a
Big up all the ladies on the live right now.
me just a grow so. God me love you. God me love you. People send me boss it to me rose up. I just the blessing when me I make me a flow so. Like a tree, me just a grow so. God me love you. God me love you. For your blessing make it drop on me. Make the hand 19 no stop catch on me. When the enemy a float, you no stop back me.
Hey, Sister Sasha go hard. She go hard.
The boss in them come tell them buck up in a God. 10,000 angels were out and bad. Trouble God pick me and you get him mad.
DJ Robert, big up yourself.
People send me boss it to me roll so. I just the blessing when me up make me a flow so. Like a tree, me just a grow so. God me love you. God me love you. God is my savior, my redeemer.
This one is from Abby McDonald.
My closest friend. God, you me love, and there is no one else above you in
follow. Go watch ya when
See the man there, you know. Minister Blessed.
watch ya, but nothing strange, it kinda strange, it's like a different picture. That's why I God alone me trust because he never falter. Him stick beside me closer than a brother. That's why Master God and you me love, and there is no one else above you.
I will lift mine eyes
So this one is Skady and Batson.
to the hills.
I love you, Lord.
My help comes from
Let me tell you, say the woman them go hard pan the rhythm here.
you, Lord. For your mercy never fails me.
Hold on. Alright, remember it again.
I will lift mine eyes
So guys, remember 3 o'clock now.
to the hills.
Minister Blessed featuring DJ Mark. Interview, wanna say?
From the Lord. I love you, Lord. For your mercy never fails me. All my days
Hey, me nah lie. Trust me.
held in your
That one here bad.
From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful.
No, sir.
All my life you
No, man. For real, though. For real.
unto the hills. My help comes from the Lord. I love you, Lord.
Come on, somebody sing.
For your mercy never fails me. All my days.
Let's say MB, you want to sing that part there? When they come on the show, you want to sing that song? You can't get rid of me now, you just deal with it. What you say?
Wake up until I lay my head. I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful.
Sophie said, turn up the Holy Ghost rockers.
All my life you
Now, man, me I tell you, say, you see the rhythm here?
so good.
The rhythm and the lady upon the rhythm here? Oh, God.
I am able. I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. Ooh,
So this one is Victory.
My victory.
This one is from Burshell and Nola.
The weapon may be formed, but it won't prosper.
Here we go on.
When the darkness falls, it won't prevail. For the God I serve knows only how to triumph. My God will never fail. I am gonna see a victory. I am gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I am gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle.
Hey, me gonna make on the ear something. You see that rhythm, I tell you that rhythm, you know. I don't know that rhythm, I make you know them just do it over in a gospel style, but you gotta hear what go on.
Every war he wages, he will win. Said I won't be backing down from any
pray. When the enemy are trying,
This one is from The Flame.
only God can
She have The Flame.
pray.
Right now, the place are burn up. I want to see some emoji in the comment section there.
Jesus, I'm a savior and provider. Yes, he's my healer and supplier. So anytime you need him, go in prayer. Just open your heart and come. Whoa, Jesus, I'm a savior and provider. Yes, he is my healer and supplier. So anytime you need him, go in prayer. Just open your heart and come. So when the enemy I try to haul and bring me down, my God grant me favor. Him wear the crown. So all the try where them I try, I God blessing surrounds me. Now I've no negative tongue. Because my God, I'm a shield, so no.
Now, upon a big man level stay. See next week.
Nah, fret, demon,
I
mo-
can pay the a little longer, man. It no normal.
life and turn it around. So please, nobody stand up and drown. Whoa, Jesus, I'm a savior and provider. Yes, he is my healer and supplier. So anytime you
You remember them one, yeah? You said the rhythm sound familiar. It sound like I see rhythm, you know. Here we go now.
Show me your hand. I'm original Christian. Beg on no big. Show me how you feel. If you know that Jesus Christ in is real. Beg on no big. Show me on no hand. I'm original bonafide Christian. Beg on no big. Show me how you feel. If you know that Jesus Christ him is real, real, real.
Peeps, you want you the bassline.
So real to me.
Tell us if the rhythm I play upon all a sound with all Juna Tucker sing upon it and not normal.
Many people doubt him, but I can't do without him. And that is why I love him so. He's so real to me. A real. Christ so real to me. I love him cause he gave us the victory. Many people doubt him, but I can't do without him. And that is why I love him so. He's so real to me. That's why me I go rock my soul in the boots of my Abraham. I'ma rock my soul in the boots of my Abraham. I'ma rock my soul in the boots of my Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. Tell me I go rock my soul in the boots of my Abraham. I'ma boots of my Abraham. I'ma rock my soul in the boots of my Abraham. I'ma rock my soul in the boots of my Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. Hey, I've been through the fire. I've been.
Showy in music.
Ex-Minister Blessed. Alongside my sister Desi. Lord, hey yo, it's your boy M to the B, Minister Blessed, representing for DJ Mark in the mix. Alright, shucks.
Showy in music.
Yeah, peeps.
Alongside my sister Desi. Lord, we needed to intervene, especially when things get messy. So many times we ask why. Lord, please.
So this one is Minister Blessed. You are going. Featuring Desi and Yet Man. You'd heal my heart.
Lord, I give her everything I have. Always doing good, I never ever been bad. Lately things it just like get mad. She pack up and
Blessed, what you say?
leave me real sad.
Rap with the rap panda one, yeah. Man who say could have rap, bro.
To take away the pain, cause it a mess up my brain. So please intervene before making sin. Come on, Desi, tell them, Lord, we need it right now. Lord, we need it right now. Yeah. Enter the bay, representing.
Yeah.
J to the lion. Everything that we do.
When it's Blessed, tell me the truth. In the kitchen I cook and you get burned. And so comes to make up that song about hot, though. I know your style, you know.
But the fire we be having a Jesus Christ.
This is Ryan.
That one hot like fire. Everybody plays the Masada. Enter the bay.
Hey peeps, if you don't know, it's a Minister Blessed. You gotta check out his Instagram page. If you want to see a man cook, check it out. I never taste it, so I can't tell you it tastes, but it kinda look good from my point of view still. Mr. Blessed, big up wifey for me.
Hot like fire. Everybody praise the Master. That one hot like fire. Anyway, you never say Philip, him name higher. Me say hot like fire. Be more like Christ that we burning inside. That one hot like fire. Everything we do, me say you prayer. Blaze it up, burn it up. Inside we say the spirit a stir up. Blaze it up.
So guys, remember, at 3 o'clock,
I would not feel like fire, just shut up.
live interview with Minister Blessed, alright?
Hot
Hot like the summer.
Everybody praise them as I when you hot, hot, hot like fire. Anyway, them is a Philip name higher. Me say hot, hot, hot like fire. Be more like Christ that I will burn in this other when you hot, hot, hot like fire. Everything with them I say prayer. Lord, so let your fire just burn in me. Search my heart and discern in me. Any change that you want, you can turn in me.
M to the B. Yeah, man, representing for all the records. Rolando, yo, the one you play the backslider them, the original baptizer them.
Come on.
We leave the church, but Christ come to see.
This is Judy Forbes, what go on?
Them. So you depart from the people, you say, please come back. I know you're funny, people, you say.
Yeah, youth. Run it again. Minister Blessed.
M to the B.
We got something there, bro.
Presenting for RB Records.
You forgot to tell me what meaning about this arrow shops.
One if they backslider them.
People them want to know where you get that thing there from, you know.
Them. We leave the church, but Christ come to save and not to condemn. So you depart from the people, you say, please come back. I do you funny people, you say,
come on, please come back.
Christ there's no hate. I love that you
I know God love the backside and I'm married to the backside, don't it?
You do your time until we you say, please come back. Don't make the flesh with it.
Sister Faye, we still at work on that t-shirt thing there, you know.
The world is just a face, so return to the land.
Definitely by next week I'm going to tell you where you can get it, alright?
We're so on fire.
So people, you see the shirt them.
Can I sing from the choir? They are every meeting. And the world you could tire.
You're going to be able to actually ship them overseas too, you know.
The world and all its desire. The money and the fame riches pile up higher. No time to church Bible study.
So definitely next week
remember.
We're going to tell you how the logistics part are to go work out and how you go.
Come back.
You forget your shirt, alright? Know yourself.
Come back. In Christ there is no hate. I love that you are wait. Forgiveness and God me say please come back. You do your time and tell me you say please come back. Don't make the flesh reveal me you say please come back. From your eye remove the scale. This world is just a face. So return to the land me you say please come back. So you try marijuana. Oh what a drama. Your brain go mess up your smoke and catch lung cancer. Take up the gun. Want for your fun. And now from the police they on the run. You try to go tease. Make some quick money. End up in a prison with man who walk funny. You try to go flirt. And while in a dirt. And when everything done you get hurt. You depart from the people you say please come back. I do you funny cake we you say please come back. In Christ there's no hate. I love that you are wait. Forgiveness in God we say please come back. You do your time in jail we you say please come back. Don't make the flesh reveal we you say please come back. From your eye remove the scale. The world is just a fear. So return to the land we you say please come back. To our God there's no alternative. It's formative, definitive. Is what it is a narrative. We use it as provocative, imperative. Is love is unmatched and non-comparative. So sensitive. Highlights the positive, not the negative. Say more than a friend, he is your relative. Keeps his promise, that's a surety. And if you keep his word, then anything you ask, he'll respond in the affirmative. You depart from the people, you say, please come back. I know you're funny, people, you say, please come back. In Christ, there's no hate. I love that you are wait. Forgiveness, all the people in the world, must shake off your problem. Everybody, people, shake off.
Minister Blessed, Wagwan. Yeah, hear from my boss. Loud and clear, in the ear. When I swear though. Alright, my boss. So peeps, we have Minister Blessed. Man from outer U to the K. So what going, brother? How the UK stay, you know? Place hot, cold. Like fire. Yeah. Not a bad thing. You get that what like once in a blue moon. Alright, Minister Blessed, here are going. People them say them not here, so we'll go and play some tune and we'll figure it out.
All my people in the world must shake off your problem. Everybody figure shake off your problem. Cause God alone can deal with your problem. So tell your neighbor to shake off your problem. When me say, shake off your problem. Shake off your problem. Oh, shake off your problem. Hear me now. And in the ear, if you want, wave your one. And in the ear, me say, praise up the man. So the foot on the ground and trample Satan. Foot on the ground and trample Satan. All my people in the world, me say, shake off your problem. Everybody figure shake off your problem. Cause God alone can deal with your problem. So tell your neighbor to shake off your problem. What me say? Shake off your problem. Alright, shake off your problem. Shake off your problem. Hear this. What me say? One by one, two by two. Kick off the socks and kick off your shoe. No business about who I watch you. We praise Jesus, how we are gonna do. Problem. What me say? Shake off your problem. Alright. So you have a problem, just shake it off. But you in a problem, just wash it off. When you have a problem, just dance it off. When you in a problem, come jump it off. For my people in the world, Mr. Shake off your problem. Everybody, Mr. Shake.
Minister Blessed, I could try again.
That one can deal with your problem. So tell me.
So something I could see if we can't hear now.
Alright, Shoops, testing 1, 2, 3. Can the people hear me? M to the B, DJ Mark. Say something in the comment chat if you can hear. Can you hear? Shake off your problem. One, two. Loud and clear, them say, but no, I'm not your DJ Mark. You did it, Mark.
Yeah, man, so.
Shake off your problem. What we say?
Yeah, man, so everything line up and no more boss.
Shake off your problem.
You turn Baba G line up now.
If you go shake off your problem, God alone can deal with your problem.
Brother, calm down, please. Please.
Shake off your problem.
So people, if you don't know, Minister Blessed was once my co-worker. So I knew him outside of the music thing, and may I tell you, him run some joke more while. Sometimes some of them hit, some of them, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Same thing with a song, you know, brother. Sometimes a song hit and sometimes some of them just
Just kind of water down. Alright. So guys, we have Minister Blessed in the house today, and we're going to be hearing from him. We're going to be asking a few questions. You know, many persons may not know about him personally. If he's married, if he has kids, all of them things that we're going to find out from Minister Blessed. Alright, so bro, the first question goes like this. Tell us a little bit about Minister Blessed before you came Christ, because we don't really know the part there, you know. So tell us a little bit about that.
Try not to be long, but you know, I grew up in a Christian home. My parents probably listening now, Michael and Margaret Blake. Them grow me good, so I get good youth from long time. But I don't know, sometimes I get in a trouble same way. So even though I grew up in a Christian home, I found that, you know, as I got, especially to my teenage years, you know, I kind of started getting into trouble, and I kind of had some self-esteem issues, you know, thought of committing suicide a few times because my girlfriend left me and all of these things. But, you know, somewhere in between that I should have started is that I actually got baptized from the age of 10, even though my motive wasn't necessarily the purest one, because again, some former woman did involve where because she get baptized and feel like me have to get baptized to kind of, you know, have a chance, so to speak. But somewhere along the line, you know, going to ISCF at Ulmer's Boys School, you know, I really got to, you know, commit my life to Christ and started living for him. And simultaneously when that was happening in 1999, seemed like a long time ago now, but simultaneously, you know, you mentioned Junior Tucker earlier in a Big Sound where they play, you know, 98 was the year when, you know, Junior Tucker, Papa San, Colin Davis, all of them kind of did come to the fold. So, you know, I was there at the inception of that, and I was really impacted by all of those ministries. So we actually started a little group called the Blessed Group, and we'd go around and sing, you know, some Junior Tucker, some Papa San, some Stitchy. So So simultaneously doing all of that, God was working on me. So when I recommitted my life to Christ and really said I'm going to serve him, he started actually giving me, inspiration to write my own songs. So, we started evolving from just singing other people's songs till we start singing, my own original songs. So, I've been performing since then, from 99, before I even record a single. I never recorded a single till 2005. But, for years I was on platforms with Papa San, with Stitchy, with Nicholas, DJ Nicholas, Ryan Mark, years before I even recorded an actual song. So I hope that gives you a little background. But, yeah, I don't want to stay too long for one question, because knowing you probably have a bag of questions.
I can't tell you how much question me have still, but all right, make you continue. So you hear it from Minister Blessed before he came to Christ, what it, everything was about as a youngster, going to Woolmans and all of that. So how you get started with this music journey now? Like, I know you mentioned apartheid, but you said from 2005 now you start do your thing.
All right, so let me, when I really drink thing, I forgive me Pepsi or grape when I really think. But what I would say is that when I during that musical journey, I have to give credit where credit is due. So Youth for Christ had a DJ competition. They had one for Portmore, they had one for St. Catherine, and they had one for All Islands. So I actually entered that competition, and I won all categories right until national. And when at those times Moses and Gallimore were the judges as well. So these are guys they look up to, when gospel reggae just emerging. And because of winning that competition, it provided the platform for me to go on two of their big events at the time. In Portmore was one called Gospel in Motion, and in Kingston would have been Genesis. So I did those two events, 2001 and then 2002. So that kind of is where my elevation in terms of being on a big event started. But as I said, I was going to school at the time as well and trying to do the balancing act. So I never really have much knowledge from how to record a song point of view. I can tell you I submitted demos, at the time there was only one person we knew doing gospel reggae. So I submitted, demos to like Main Street and Danny Brownie, but never hear back. And do collabs with some of my friends and so from Woolmans as well, but we never hear not. So kind of eat a break. But thanks to Dr. Dizzle, 2005, he gave me my first single, Dandy Shandy. I'll never forget it. I think it was the same year we had a hurricane. It was either Ivan or one of them, and I never forget it. I was spend the whole night at studio record, and I say, for some reason I just had it in my mind, I could save it on a thumb drive or something, just in case. I was thinking nothing, but then, I think it was 48 hours, no light, I fret on the song, I would spend so much time on it, backup singers, all of these things, but luckily we had saved it on a thumb drive. But it was all good, and, gave me my first single. Kevin Lewis at the time, Mega Jams, was the first person, him and March Events, to play that song, and it was really a good feeling to get your first song played on air. So that was 2005, my first single. Don't know how much further you want me to go from there before. I don't want to go too far and end up answer some of your other questions. So that would be the beginning, so to speak.
You're probably right, because the next question is how long have you been ministering? But guess what? Just before we go there, so more of the people them hear that song there, Dandy Shandy. What do you think?
If you can, it.
The devil want to shoot me. He want to depress me.
Really, bro?
Him can't test me. When I sight him down, them like me, I play Dandy Shandy. The devil want to shoot me. He want to depress me. Excuse me, I don't play Dandy Shandy. Want me back slice, stop it DJ for Christ. Excuse me, I don't play Dandy Shandy. What takes a cock up is a 10, hell better than 11. Excuse me, I don't play Dandy Shandy. He want me to fight and have enough girlfriend.
Minister Blessed, that song, where you get that song? Dandy Shandy I play before you go studio?
So actually this song was written a couple of weeks before my first major performance at Gospel in Motion, and basically there was, at the time, I used to write songs a bit differently than now, and my songwriting has evolved, but at the time I used to write songs based on things going on around me in terms of slang. So for example, there was a time I don't know what the context is, but there was a time where even Youth for Christ and we got to camp and stuff, and there were just some, girls going on stush, and everybody used to play dandish and they throw a box and whatever, and there were some girls that, they were kind of a bit uptight and they were like, excuse me. If you ask them to play, they're like, excuse me, I don't play dandish. So we used to just say it as a slang. It never mean, no, we just used to do it as a teasing. But one morning, and most musicians might tell you this, that sometimes when you're writing a song, it tends to be, when you're having a shower in the bathroom for some reason. But yeah, I was basically having a shower and, I was praying and for some, I just got this revelation about, go and read Ephesians. And I went and I saw where, Paul was talking about putting on the whole armor of God, being able to withstand the devil and his fiery darts and, helmet of salvation and sword of the spirit, belt of truth, all these things. And my mind just start go differently. I say, yeah, them girls, they said them not play dandy shandy, but what if in a spiritual sense, the devil come after you and you don't have on your armor? What you gonna do? You can't handle him fire them, so you probably have to sight him that him like you play dandy shandy. So that's where the thought came from. And then I put pen to paper and say, all right, so if the devil want to shoot me, I want to depress me not sight him that them, because I'm fully armed. So I say, no, I'm gonna play dandy shandy. And yeah, I mean, it was a really popular song at a live concert before I even recorded it. Anytime I perform it would always lead to encore and stuff. But yeah, so it's a long history, and even the recording wasn't necessarily the way I wanted it to go, but how we're used to doing it with live band and then with a recording, try to work with a little track. But yeah, that's where it kind of came from and elevated from.
All right, I like the context still and the content of it. I like them type of things. I like this, this artists just write song without certain concept. You know what I mean? So we know that you have migrated. For those who don't know, Minister Blessed would have migrated to the UK, right? How much years now, bro? About 3?
It's four. I mean, you not miss me much, but it's 4.5 years now, so we reach 5. So I thought about 2, that means for you, I just yesterday. For me, it feel like 10 years now, but it's 4.5 years now since I've left Jamaica, the land of my birth.
Okay, and how has the journey been, bro? Like the whole like different culture, how has it been?
I mean, I'm in 4.5 years now, so I'm not used to certain things, but I would say maybe the first 2 years was a struggle in terms of, I think the first 2 years, I would even say we had a summer. It was just always raining, there was snow, time you could even go up on the road, you're locked in your house, I've never reached a stage where I knew any more than say 10 Jamaicans on the island. So a very small cluster of us. There's no Jamaican restaurants. There's no, if you want to call it black church or Caribbean churches or anything like that. There's no gospel station. There's no live concerts that you can go in a gospel sense. The culture here is more about going to pubs and drinking and getting drunk and, just enjoying worldly and music, so to speak. So I personally didn't try any event over here for the first 2 years I'm here. I've gone back to Jamaica. I've done We Are Come From Far with Life. I've gone back and done an album, but I haven't really pushed anything here just because of the challenges I saw, as well as the fact that it's just a total different culture. And there are 2 things about it. One is from a gospel. In Jamaica sometimes we still get a fight as a gospel reggae, because them say, boy, it's not traditional, etc. If you think that bad over there, so if you come into a society like this where in the first place, gospel is not really that popular. So in the sense of persons who actually listen to gospel and consider themselves Christians, they would not at all associate reggae or dancehall or anything like that with gospel. So you have that as one hurdle. And then the second hurdle would be the fact that, there's no gospel stations, there's nowhere that would endorse gospel. So even if you wanted to put on an event and go on a platform, it would be very difficult from a total gospel point of view, a Christian point of view. So I've said I've been back to Jamaica twice to do events, but last year, obviously, we had the COVID-19 impact, and that might go into another question, but focusing on the topic I'm on right now. COVID-19 happened last year, borders were closed, we couldn't go anywhere, couldn't go back to Jamaica. And one night I remember I was sleeping and I had a dream that the Lord basically was cussing me. Like he was saying, you know, you have this talent, I've given you this talent, you've been here for almost 4 years now and you haven't done anything with that talent here. Yes, it's good to, you know, go back to Jamaica where you're basically in your comfort zone, but what are you doing to make an impact here? And I woke up really feeling perplexed about that dream. You know, I went to church, I spoke to the pastor about it and stuff, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do an event. But again, with the challenges and stuff, I had to come from a different approach. So I held an event called Afro-Caribbean Fusion. And basically what I did is take it from an approach of our culture versus trying to say it's a gospel event. So we came from a cultural approach. So what happened was, you know, there were some guys from Zimbabwe, there were some guys from Morocco, and then there's me from Jamaica. So I still did my set, I still did my Keep Pressing On, Hot Like Fire, etc. But, you know, we kind of tried to do it as, you know, this is our culture, reggae, dancehall, gospel, this is our culture. So that's the kind of way I eased into it. So I did that last year, October, and then in Christmas we had Afro-Caribbean Christmas, found a chef who could do jerk chicken. So, you know, people came for the jerk chicken, we did bounce about and stuff for the kids, and then we ended with a concert vibe again. So that's the kind of, you know, we have had to evolve and try to, if you want to call it, penetrate a new market, so to speak. But it hasn't been easy, I'll tell you that.
Definitely. I can understand, but, you know, it's really good that even though, you know, things may not be how you would want it in that space, at least you could have created something for yourself and for, you know, for the church and for the community to let them know a little bit more about you, and of course to use your talent, as you said. You got that dream, you got a box from the Lord as well.
A box, so it wasn't a drink. It
wasn't a box drink.
No, it wasn't a box drink. You know, I've had a box drink in a long time. Some Big Joe and Pep Up and them something. You know, I've missed something there.
Probably if I try to send it over there, it might spoil before it reach, no?
Yeah, and they might check it for jugs and things, especially when them say your name, DJ Mark in the mix. And I say, where am I mix up? You know, where am I mix up?
Let's get back to these questions. So Sir Blessed, some of the challenges you face doing music. I know I always hear stories. You understand, people don't want to play songs, DJ don't want to play songs, producers don't want to produce for you. People within certain parts of certain churches, they don't want to hear your music. What are some of the challenges you faced while, you know, in your musical journey?
I mean, to be absolutely honest with you, I can't really say I face challenges from a producer point of view or airplay point of view. I think one of the things people have always told me is that they admire my work ethic. So I find that a producer would more want to work with me because he knows, say, he might have 10 artists on a rhythm, but he knows, say, if MB upon him rhythm, he might go say, you know, he might go say a newspaper release about it, he might go hear some radio interview about it, you know, while other artists might just get them song and, you know, that's it. But, you know, say, I'm going to promote and stuff. So because of that, you find that, you know, producers would more want to work with me for that kind of exposure, because they get the exposure as well. I think from a radio point of view as well, I think a lot of times relationships is very important, and, you know, I always try to keep good relationships with my fellow persons in the industry. It's a bit harder now because I'm 6 hours away, so sometimes, you know, like we have DJ Robert coming on tonight, and when I'm ready for start, I'm in my bedtime, we can't really keep up, or like Nick launch him album, I'd have to watch the replay in the morning. You know, it's harder to keep there at the right time. But I can't really say I've struggled from the point of view of, you know, people not playing my songs or producers not giving me the time of day. What I would say is, I have had those struggles maybe in the past before I kind of evolved. So when I spoke about like Kevin Lewis and Marsh Events playing Dandy Shandy, at that time, you know, you wouldn't really hear that on a Love 101, you wouldn't hear it on a Zip 103, you know, so it's a journey that you went on. And I think to give credit where credit is due, you know, I think the radio stations themselves have evolved over time. So there was a time when no matter which radio station, it's just the same song them a play. every concert you go, the same artist them. I think we can say that we've seen a shift where, you know, younger talents have gotten a platform to do stuff. We've seen, you know, more mature artists take artists under them wings and stuff. There are some things that could be better, of course, but I think, you know, even a platform like this, DJ Mark able to have his platform and invite artists on, young, established, middle, it no matter. I think we've really evolved from that. What I would say is the main challenge I probably had in my career is more when it comes to live performances. That has been a challenge for me in terms of, for example, you have a running order. I remember all Genesis, you have your running order, you're supposed to go on at this time, and then especially as a young artist at the time, like we're supposed to go on at 2 o'clock, and you know, some artists who weren't on the show up at 1:55, and because they're bigger artists or whatever, them give them the platform. But then because them do that now, it throw off the whole show because you had a running order. I'll never forget that, you know, 3 artists show up, they're not on the show, but because they have a name, you know, they put them on, and then it caused problem with you now, and then at the end of the day, you either not get to perform, or when you get to perform, the show almost done. Obviously, that's 20 years ago, I talk about, so we've evolved past that, but I found that sometimes over the period, I've found that, you know, that has still been a challenge. You go to a show, you're supposed to have half an hour, and then because of time management, it cut to 20, it cut to 15. And I've seen this happen to the biggest artists. It no matter what you want name. It no matter what you want name. I think that has been a challenge. But of course, it's even more challenging for you. And, you know, me have 4 albums now, you know, so if I get a call, say, boy, you only can do 5 minutes now from the half an hour. It almost don't make no sense for driving on the show. You understand? So that to me has been one of the pain points of ministry over the years. I think we've gotten better at it, but it's certainly not a perfect world. I mean, the last time I was in Jamaica, I did Genesis Kingston, I did Gospel Tenacity, and I did Praise Break, it was called. I don't remember showing. So I was in Kingston, St. Anne, and Clarendon. So that was 3 shows in one night, trying to juggle a schedule. And you know, you have to be on time, or you're gonna miss your performance. You know. And but I must give credit again. Where credit is due. Those worked all smoothly. But I know for other artists involved, it wasn't smoothly. So you know, we all have our different challenges. But to me, that has been the most annoying thing over the years. You know, when you go to an event, you know, I've been on Salvation PhD at UTech. You have 20 minutes. And the show start 2 hours late, so then I'm cut it to 5. And then after they cut yours to 5, and you're just there 5 and done, all of us, so they manage back the time, so they start slowing it down, then the MC talking longer, you say, you know, they rush for nothing. So yeah, that has been an annoyance, to be honest, but I think we've gotten better at it.
Wonderful. I agree. Well, we give God thanks for technology, because I guess as technology, you know, the certain aspects of technology, the advancement of it, and you know, the creativity, you know, you have, it's easy for people like even myself, DJ Robert, to do things even virtually as well. So I guess you know, it has evolved for the best, and trust me, we're really grateful for that. So my next question is, bro, with COVID-19, it has affected everybody. In terms of your music, how has it affected you? In fact, is it a case where you record from home, or you have a producer where you are that you can go to, voice a tune, and then send it back to the producer? How the whole COVID thing kind of affect you?
So the main thing about COVID affecting me, I would say, is more from a travel point of view. So, you know, I had plans to, obviously, the last time I traveled, it was October 2019 when I launched my album, and that was in Jamaica. And then the plan was to, you know, do some work in the mainland of UK, like London, Birmingham and stuff, and then go to the US. So we had a whole plan to roll out the album, so to speak, in terms of tours and events, but obviously COVID-19 hit that, so that never really happened. So that, I guess the travel point is where the pain point has been. In a positive sense, though, you know, where I am, I'm actually on a little island called Guernsey, which is 1 hour away from the UK, 1 hour away from London. So if I wanted to go to London, I'd go on a plane, and, you know, but again, our borders have been closed, so you weren't able to travel for a long time. But I would say the positivity of it has been, you know, being able to host my events here. So I've been able to host 2 events here last year. And part of that was because we're a small island. We only have a population of 66,000. So with the borders closed and starting social distance, etc., we're actually able to manage the COVID outbreak. So actually, after March, April, May last year, for the rest of the year, from June to December, we're actually totally COVID-free. So we're able to go about as normal, that's kind of why I was able to do my events, etc. So actually I give God, real blessings for that. From a recording point of view, again, as I said, there's no Jamaican producer here, or you can't go to a man and say, "Be me a reggae beat," etc. But I found a really good engineer. His name is Mikey. He has really good engineer ears. So the first song I recorded over here, actually, I've never seen this before, but he actually had a portable studio. So you tell him where you live, him come to your apartment and just set up him, pull up everything, set up the mic, set up the, so you basically create a box around you and sit down in front of you with him laptop. So that was the first song I recorded in 2017.
Wait, hold on, where you say his name, Mikey? Mikey, big up yourself, Mikey, wherever you're there. You have to go make him listen back to this. Mikey, big up yourself. I like the idea there. It'll work.
Well, let me just say that was 2017, but since then he's actually started teaching at a music school and they have their own little studio space now. So anytime I want to record, that's where I go. I just go to him and I go into his to his music school and they have a little studio booth. So thing well more official now. So I'm not traveling in a little box again, but that's what I do now. So so I did one single with him last year called Bounce Back. The producer of the track his name is from New Life Records and he lives in the UK. So that was my first time working with a UK producer. As you know, RB start turn artist himself, so I'm not really a producer as much as before. So I don't want to feel like you have some more questions, so I'm now going to go to the next thing I'm going to say. But yeah, right now it's pretty easy to record. I just 10 minutes drive from my house and I reach and deal with it.
Bounce Back. So your last song that you released would have been Bounce Back?
Yeah, August 2020 last year.
We can play for the people,
Yeah, man.
New Life Records. These are some hard times, but keep holding on.
This one is Bounce Back. Minister Blessed, you are going.
Me know things hard and me know things tough, but my friend, you must never give up. I declare your soul will be lifted up. You are gonna bounce back. Me know things hard and me know.
So you say the people are gonna bounce back. No, in Jesus' name.
Never give up.
Yeah, man.
Declare your soul will be lifted up, and you are gonna bounce back.
So there you have it, peeps. That Bounce Back. Got you.
So let me just say, Mark. So this actually is the first song I've released in Guernsey. So I've released this in the UK, and it's gotten a lot of airplay because the content of it, we have a bounce back. It really speak to a lot of people who have gone through the pandemic. Whether you've lost their job, whether you've been sick for a long time, and we just say God will restore you. You have a bounce back. So from that message point of view, I really got the cut through in terms of getting airplay over here. Of course, I sent it to Jamaica as well, and you have it as well. But this was the first song, that played on air for me in the UK.
Yeah, and I want to say it really sound good. You know what I mean? The mixing of it, the rhythm. You know what I mean? Trust me, it's a very good production. Very good production. And with that said, anything new for the people? You want to say something about that?
So the same process, same Mikey record and same New Life Records from the UK. Hit me up again. Say, from last summer we done nothing, so I could do something for this summer. So I have a new track dropping in, you're going to hear it next Sunday right here upon DJ Mark. So I know you say you want to play the reggae remix thing longer, but you have to fit the scene, because trust me, I love that one here. So I have a new song coming out next week. We're just putting the final touches on it, by tomorrow. But by next weekend it will be out. It's going to be called Non-Stop. I don't know if I don't really want to give it fully away, but let me just the concept of it. I mean, a summertime now, so you don't know it's a song where you don't know it's a song where make you dance, and something where anybody can listen to and dance to. Whether you let me give you a line out title which will explain. Me know you dance already, but me want you dance again. Select a hear the song and have to wheel and come again. You could have be over 90 or you under 10. So no matter your age, you can listen and dance a song. But
so
we know, we know say you are gonna love it back, and we know say people never gonna love nowadays. So look out for it by Friday. Yeah.
You're not agreeing no more song?
No, I'm not giving about this. Next thing, Mark, but earpiece of the song and try and write him own version and put it out tomorrow before mine come out. So, I don't understand.
Yo, it sounds good already still. Trust me, really, I look forward to that one day. And
yeah,
I mean,
man,
in terms of your music and all them something there, where can people purchase your music? Where they can hear your music? Where them can get your music?
So my music is available on all digital platforms. So Amazon, iTunes, Rhapsody, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, you name it. Once it's online, from my first album, Purpose, to the second album, Keep Pressing On, to the third album, right name again, God is Faithful. The fourth album, Set Me Free. So all my 4 albums are across all online platforms and you can get them all online. And of course, if you go to my YouTube channel and you just want to listen or watch a music video, you can go there as well. But anywhere that you search Minister Blessed on digital platforms, you find my music.
Wonderful. So 2 more questions I have, leave, bro. 2 more, just 2. Is there any word of encouragement you'd want to give to somebody who, you know, they feel like giving up, you know what I mean, COVID mashed them up, they might lose a job, or, you know, family may not be so good. You as a minister, hey peeps, Minister Blessed preach to, you know, I see a branch out, you know, I wonder if you ever turn pastor like Papa San and you know, and Ryan Mark and Gaddy, you know. But yeah, man, that's a really good thing though. So in terms of encouragement for somebody who may be struggling and feeling depressed, suicidal, as I say, you were suicidal, what words of encouragement you can, you know, just give to them in this time?
Well, the first thing I'd want to say is that, you know, depression is real, you know, feeling suicidal, feeling low is real. But one thing you should never do is isolate yourself. So, you know, sometimes like when I'm going through stuff, you know, your brain tell you say, is you alone I go through this. Like you're going to say, you know, talk to somebody because they would not understand, you know, they're not going to understand. But the fact of the matter is that we all struggle, we all go through stuff, and it's important to surround yourself with, you know, persons that you can, you know, bounce off, or you can share with, or you can learn from, or you can, you know, be encouraged by, you know. And even a program like this, DJ Mark in the Mix, you know, what are you feeding your mind with, you know? You tune into a program like this, you know, you're getting music that encourages your mind, you know, music that edifies your soul, you know, scriptures, word, everything. So, you know, tune into things that will impact you in a positive way. And remember that you are not alone. You know, we all go through this, even as you see us here as ministers or as DJ, we all have our struggles. You know, COVID-19 has impacted us in different ways. For some people it's physical, for some it's mental, you know, for some it's very emotional, you know. And we just have to hold on strong, because the Bible said all things, not some, all things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. So even though, you know, it's really hard and difficult to see what could God's plan be for my life while I'm going through this struggle or while I'm down and outcast, you know. But, you know, remember when Paul wanted God to take the thorn off his flesh, and God said no. And then God, that is when Paul realized that his strength is made perfect in his time of weakness. So while you're going through your storm, while you're going through your struggles and your trial, you know, don't give up. Just hold on, keep pressing on, you know, find a Bible-believing church, find a Bible-believing pastor, if you have a good friend where you can talk to as well. But don't lock up and keep everything inside. And then, you know, that's when the devil start whispering in your ear, say, yo, you're not good for nothing. Yo, might as well they go kill yourself, because, you know, and Satan wants to take away your purpose. But don't lose your purpose. Don't lose sight of the fact that God has a purpose for your life, you know. So not just go to someone else, but pray, you know. God will send his Holy Spirit to comfort you. So just pray and say, God, you know, I don't know what to do. You know, that song you played earlier, Heal My Heart, you know. They were saying, God, I try everything, I don't know what to do, but just heal my heart. Let me not be bitter towards the other person. Let me not be bitter about this situation, whether it's COVID-19 or otherwise, but just heal my heart. Give me peace of mind, the peace that passeth all understanding. So just submit to God I'm not saying it will be easy. It's not like you're going to just pray and all of a sudden everything good. But God has a way of answering our prayers and giving us the breakthrough just right on time. So just keep pressing on, not to be cliche, but you know the song, keep pressing on in the midst of your storm. Don't give up. Your breakthrough is coming.
Definitely. Sound words, bro. I feel like I could probably just give you the rest of the show. We have half an hour just to preach, because it's like, you know what I mean, this come like it's a sermon, you know, inside of you where you want for just release. But yeah, man, keep up the good work, bro. Tremendous work.
Likewise.
And how is your family though? Your wife and you know your kids. How is everything for them?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, we just try to get them to bed right before this interview, because obviously it's just 3:30 for you, but it's 9:30 for us. So, you know, I always try to get them to bed by 9 o'clock, but it's not so easy. They're still awake. I can hear that they're still awake. My wife is trying to get them to sleep. But, you know, they've been well. I won't lie to you. It was a challenge when there was a lockdown and you're trying to work from home and you have 2 kids. Boy, trust me. Mommy and daddy, I'm sorry for all the things I'm going to put you through. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, trust me, trying to work from home and do it all with 2 kids is not easy, you know what I mean? So I'm really happy that we're kind of in some normalcy now, and we have, you know, 2 days a week we still have to balance working from home with them, but 3 days a week they're in the nursery, so that kind of helps a bit. Obviously, we have no family this side of the world either, so, you know, it's really all on us. So it's really, it's a struggle sometimes, but, you know, God always provide and always make a way, you know what I mean?
So, Minister Blessed, you have anybody you want for big up, shout out?
You want to get me in trouble? Well, let me pick up some of the people. Let me say, I listen to this, because I know Luis has been listening. Denise West. Sometimes I hear she come from the east, but she named Denise West. Obviously, DJ Robert has been listening. My parents, Michael, Margaret Blake, been listening. Big up on herself.
Big up, mommy.
Yo, Mark Gale has been listening as well. I know Sister Izzy always listening and supporting. Patricia. Those are the people I can see have commented on the live, so I know they've been there. Violet, Blake, my auntie. Big up yourself. We know them call you auntie gay, but we're not saying a gay. So yeah, big up everybody that has been listening. Obviously, I'm only looking on the YouTube chat, so that's how we know well. Listen, Auntie Windell, Gary, Uncle Gary, Judith. You know, big up on yourself. Thanks for spending the time to tune in. If anybody who saw the status on WhatsApp or Facebook and Melissa and yeah, listen, but you have some people who will support, you know, but them call themselves ghost supporters. Them now got type.
Them now comment, but them
not type, not comment, but them dead. So big up on yourself, same way, you know. And don't just listen to them because of me. I did, you know, DJ my program good every week. So every Sunday, 2 p.m. Jamaican time, you know, have a nice mix, you know, and play some good songs. Always bring the word of special guests as well. I remember say next week I got hear the song non-stop, brand new from Minister Blessed, right? So that means tell if Mark not like it, him have to play it, because we're done till the same I play next week.
You not have to worry, bro. You not have to worry, man. You know all I hear song them always shell. So I know say it go be good. And based on what me hear you sing, the little line, me I look forward for it. Me say stick up, big up yourself. Stick up on the life too.
Big up yourself, stick up. Even though I don't know why you stick O or not, stick P or whatever. But anyway, if you decide to stick O, your business that. Big up. Then he said I'm a phantom.
Yeah, we are tell you, it's easy, you know. Yeah, man. So Minister Blessed, we want to say big up and tell me which song your favorite song. I'm going to be playing that song right now as we.
My favorite song?
Yeah, your favorite. What you make? Your song me
favorite about. Song when me make?
Yeah, man. Your song.
That's difficult, bro. It's difficult. But right about now, to all me I feel me that go with where I come from far. Right about now.
All right, we are come from far. You tell the people that know that song there?
Maybe 50%.
Eh?
Maybe 50% of them, buddy.
So yeah, peeps, we wanna tell Minister Blessed thanks for joining the movement, you know what I mean? You know, respect again, bro. For take the time, because I mean, you say after 9, probably about to 10, you know where you are. You couldn't sleep, you know, but you know what I mean? You decide, say you go, you know, be a part of the show. And we give God thanks, you know what I mean, for your ministry over the years. As you say, one thing I admire about you, bro, is your hard work. Hard work, definitely. I see that. I see that definitely. Even when you're at Lasco, I guess that's just a part of your personality. Just, you know, a hard worker. So, you know, give God thanks and continue doing the good music. You know what I mean? A positive music we are defend. The people them need this, you know, especially at them time here. So let's continue put out the music. We look forward to the chat the next week. Because it's going to burn up Road, it's going to burn up DJ Mark, it's going to burn up RVR 24/7. Yeah, man. So big up your wife and your family, and you know, just want to tell everybody, you know, from his family, you know, thanks for joining, and you know, just continue being a part of the movement, the ministry. Yeah, bro. So definitely respect again, and we'll definitely be in touch. Definitely be in touch. You know, anything else you want to say, bro? Before you leave?
Just thanks for having me. You know, great interview, great questions. You know, I can see your growth as well over the year that you've been doing this. So, you know, keep pressing on, DJ Mark. You know, in the mix. See, I'll have you one T-shirt Bratton did now. So, pick up yourself. Yeah, man. But keep up the good work, my brother, and all the best to you and your family too. Everybody, stay tuned. Keep it locked to DJ Mark. Same way. Cause you still go on after this, right? You go another hour.
Yeah, which hour, bro? We have like 15 minutes left.
15 minutes left?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because 10 o'clock are the next one, huh?
Yeah, basically.
About 10 o'clock my time.
Your time, yeah. 4 o'clock, yeah. So we'll finish off. But make us say, right. Now get the people in my brata. And I mean, reggae boys are play about 8 o'clock in them. I know you know can't manage it still. But
I'm gonna wake up and see I have to just wake up and see the Instagram's feed to see the score line, and hopefully we'll beat the US, up the US.
Yeah.
For the exchange rate, them a lead, but we need to beat them before.
We need to beat them for that. For real, man. So peeps, there you have it from our brother Minister Blessed. Respect again, bro, and peace out. You don't know. Big up.
Shucks.
M to the B.
Your boy Lifer.
So there you have it, peeps.
Yeah, man, them for know so far where I come from.
The man say how far I come from, and literally UK to JA today, no.
Yeah, nobody never know who we are. Concerts in a bus walk foot until we get yard. I will do this we got. Can't take me off on the road where we trod. Far we are come from. Let me life I promote that kingdom. I got alone make whether this and not we just come we work hard for this. Over 10 years we in the music we get no from man before we get sick. I don't know what I was thinking, but my first stage name was a 90 chicken.
Man, the first gospel name was a 90 chicken. Me should have asked him about that, you know.
Reach it. Just remember the days them when we are open showing up.
A 90 chicken? Oh yeah, say to me.
Don't want me going home. How can we feed it? When we sing out, we throat not even get water. Bless you, thanks for coming out. And a pat funny back that we are get after.
When nobody never know who we are. Concerts in a bus walk foot until we get yard. I will do this we got. Can't take me off on the road where we trod. We are come from.
Yeah, well, I know. Some people are going like so them afraid to represent Jesus Christ. But them that's certain place.
From me know say represent Jesus Christ.
They must have man. You know.
I say stay and go rep.
Christ anywhere me go. Anywhere me go. Anywhere me go. Me rep Christ anywhere me go.
Come on, we are repping.
Me rep Christ anywhere me go.
I know say Jesus party, you know.
Christ anywhere me go. Anywhere me go. Wear Jesus all from my shirt. You not catch me, I will line of dirt. I'm the one my turf, and the girl them coming up. And I talk but them ready for go flirt. Start to pop a skirt, them want me pervert. And make me divert, and I tell me about sing like a herb. But me on the salt of the earth. And like a sheep for Christ, but know what my whole way rep Christ. Anywhere me go, anywhere me go.
Anywhere we go, you know.
Rep Christ, anywhere me go. Anywhere me go.
Miss West Wagwan.
Anywhere me go. Me rep Christ, anywhere me go. Yo, so
MD, yes, say now, this MD again, but you say now, gamble, you know, party. I know everybody is I mean, like, say this info.
This one is wash away, you know.
I really are going with it. What? You need to tell me, man, what is going on with it?
Wash all away. Jesus, wash my sins all away. Wash.
It's your boy, Minister Blessed, representing for DJ Mark in the mix.
Wash all away. Jesus, wash my sins all away. Wash all away. Jesus, wash my sins.
You guys remember the party continue. We praise the Lord limit at 5 o'clock with DJ Robert. Stick away, say I go live today.
Come step in on the water. Christ come figure your life in a brother. Sure thing no maybe not starter. Accept him as Lord than fire.
Wanna say afternoon to Sandra, Maki, how you doing? That's the music 24.
Jesus wash my sins all away. Wash, wash, wash all away. Jesus wash my sins all away. Wash, wash, wash all away. Jesus wash my sins all away. Everybody pick a washing on the blood of the lamb, the lamb, the lamb. Hey, and if a friend wants to save them, lead them by the hand, the hand, the hand. Yo, no use a sword for no woman. The boy no girl, not the man, the man, the man. Hey, come join with me and with Christ, you will be loving land, the land, the land, land, the land, the land. Wash, wash, wash all away. Jesus wash my sins all away. Wash, wash, wash all away. Jesus wash my sins all away. Wash, wash, wash all away. Jesus wash my sins all away. Wash, wash, wash all away. Jesus wash my sins all away. I was thinking deep in
Christ-driven production. Sometimes you need a tiny reminder. What can wash away my sins? Nothing but the blood of Jesus.
This one is from Harvey Sutherland, you know.
Christ-driven production. Ready now? Run it. Sometimes you need a tiny reminder. What can wash away my sins?
This one is a new one.
Nothing but the blood of Jesus. What can make me whole again? Nothing but the blood of Jesus.
Talk to them, bro.
God, me want you to remind me. Say the part when me depend on me find it. Me the last every good thing me decline it. And all my dreams and aspiration devil conceal it. Me was like a butu. Can me do everything devil want me to do. He trick me up and send me go make me a trouble. But Jesus stop me now me track and say me have plans for you. What can wash away my sins? Nothing but the blood of Jesus.
Hold on for me, hold on for me. God, hold on for me. Lord, I need your grace and your tender mercy, oh God. Hold on for me, hold on for me, hold on for me. God, hold on.
This one is from Christopher Gale.
Grace and your tender mercy, oh God. Hold on for me. I don't know how long we can be in the struggles down here. Hold on for me. See me hand there, hold on for me, for me. Hold on, worship. Me never know the start, but it's many times. Father God, you me while I'm back to the end. You said in your word that your grace is sufficient, and I should look to the hills from whence come my mind. When bills are rolling from me, yeah, now work and it can't be here. Giving up is not an.
You know, that's how we do it every Sunday.
But God, with the faith when me have, hold on for me. God, you hold on for me. Lord, I need your grace and your tender mercy, oh God. Hold on for me. I don't know how long we can be in the struggle zone, yeah. Hold on for me. See me hand there, hold on for me, for me. Hold on for me. God, me know you now, go make me die, so I made the enemy feel like him really know. Me need fear and leave deep in your holy word. In my life, in my thoughts, me have to put you first. I'm Christ, is solid rock, I'm standing on. All of the ground is just inside. Don't let the enemy run up on you. See a strong and be a faith in Jesus. Hold on for me, hold on for me. God, you hold on for me. Lord, I need the grace and your tender mercy, oh God. Hold on for me. I don't know how long we can be in this struggle zone. This is the day.
This one is from Cyber Massive.
We will rejoice. We will be glad in it. 'Cause I believe the Lord is good.
This one is produced by Danny Brownie.
Now and forever. So when the dark clouds come over, we life is that way. Need Father God to come rescue it from the pestilence of our life. God, are you in love and we no love none of God. We love the little island where you put me back.
Yo, let me tell you.
This is the day.
I first remember your choir actually I do something like this. It's not normal.
Rejoice, we will be glad in it. 'Cause I believe the Lord is good. He is my friend now and forever. So when the dark clouds come over, we life is that way. Need Father God to come rescue it from the pestilence of our.
Hear this now.
God, are you in love and we no love none of God. We love the little island where you put me bad. We say good over evil, then I make we mad.
Listen to this man now.
For my God is for me. Who can come against me?
You say warfare mode, you know.
For me, he will fight my enemies. For my God is for me. Who can come against me? For my God is for me. He will fight my enemies. He is my light, my salvation. I shall not fear. No, I'll never be afraid. But mine may
For my God is for me, He will fight my enemies. For my God is for me, who can come against me? For my God is for me,
Peeps and ready for party.
enemies. Thank you, Jesus.
So peeps, we have less than 10 minutes left now, but we are going inside, don't it? So we do it every Sunday. DJ Mark in the mix.
Jesus is the only key to life. Open up your heart and realize you will receive eternal life. Then you will mash up the place like dynamite. Jesus is the only key to life. Open up your heart and realize you will receive eternal life. Then you will mash up the place like dynamite. Hey, hey, oh. Hey, hey, oh.
That's the right energy, you know?
This one is Jim Radical.
Don't know.
Jimbo, big up yourself, bro.
What's on?
Yeah. Me say me feel it tonight. Just done, I'm a divorce and strike at midnight. Full of energy, me never know if to do with it right. And no fruit, but the spirit is right.
You're chosen and present for DJ Mark.
Let me tell you, say peeps. Last night, my friend told me just that they are Bill of Vibes and me I play some tune. Me I tell you, you never want the party to stop.
Don't know.
DJ Robert, sticker. Where's the live show soon?
Yeah. Me say me feel it tonight. Just done, I'm a divorce and strike at midnight. Full of energy, me never know if to do with it right. And no fruit, but the spirit is right. Me tell myself, say me have to touch road in the Louis V stripes. 4 tires I go burn up tonight. Me link up in cars, I smoke shows it in already. If I stick a top, but it too late for him drive. Gotta cover with just like the ozone. Ooh, dress like this just like the rose gold. And the fire it a sparkle, it a coast stone. Got a party, we are running just like the toll road. Tell us, gotta cover with just like the ozone. Ooh, grace and blessing just like the rose gold. And the fire it a sparkle, it a coast stone. Got a party, we are running just like the toll road.
One back home. Who send them? Tell them fit one back.
Hey, Minister Bless, may I tell you that you take go out there? Harvey Sutherland.
You better find new territory and new zone. The blood of Jesus is against you. Listen! Test me feet, I mean know you're not bad like a god. Carefully road where you trod. Holy Ghost fire chat up in a me bone, so me know say me I'm with the power of God. Me go down from me knees and me ball out road a day. Me see the enemy a plot fi murder me. He say me still my child, don't worry about it. So then let the Holy Spirit cover me. Why mind what you a do? Jesus' blood is against you. Him say if you harm him, picnic them, him rather follow you.
Mind you lose your
life and not take this warning light. If you have ears, listen for the thunder. Or look for a big old flash in the flesh and the bone for the bone. But you can't go touch my soul. This is the Father and I, so you can't defeat me. Try leave me alone.
Let me stop saying, let me tell you something.
You know hide and talk.
Never artist at UK, I'm rate, you know. You need to do a collab with him, bro. Minister of me I talk about, you know.
Me I talk about the Lord God. Why mind what you a do? Jesus' blood.
If anybody will love them Christian life.
Him say if you harm him, picnic them, him rather follow you. Mind you lose your life and not take this warning light. If you have ears, listen for the thunder. You want me to be afraid?
You have anybody will love them life?
I want to tell us a life too short.
Minister, tough, talk to them now. I don't know about you, I love my life.
So me I go live my life in a star.
I'm not worry about nobody too, you know.
Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live.
Minister from the UK.
I want to tell us a life too short, you know. Too short. You are Jesus, God, give me life, my life.
This one is live my life.
So me I go live my life in a star. Yes, I. Yeah. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day
Talk to the people them now.
Get up every day and live my life. Christ died on the cross for me life.
Don't it.
Can't stay there and watch my life. Stop it. Me clothes clean and me shoes well nice.
Don't it.
And me clothes and me step out the road. Yeah, man. Any cologne and no waffy can't forge. Me no waffy have a car, take the bus. Yes, sir. Watch who your power with no outfit. Just me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live my life. Me I live my life, me I live my life. Every day me get up, me I live.
This one is a minutes of tough again, you know, peeps.
Bun eaters, bun eaters, bun eaters, bun.
Peeps, I'm telling you now. It's anytime you do something good in your life, you always have haters, you know.
How do I intro on this?
Let's see if I get the confirmation from God. Do you think here?
Yeah.
This one is Minister Tough, bun haters.
Bun eaters, 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 bun eaters. You not like me no cater. What do you? Me love by Jesus the Savior. You too bad mind, you a hater. Wanna go sit down over there, so yasa. Not bring that bad energy there over ya. Everybody over ya so hard clean. You know we straight just like a pan seam. God a guide you know him there pan with team. Division can't come around ya. Unity we a bring around ya. Now stop burn all if I need that. Haters to the left indicator. Burn haters, burn haters. Burn haters, burn haters. Burn haters, burn.
Hey, COVID thing, you see that COVID thing, yeah?
Haters, burn haters.
Now we stop it from worship God, but we still have to be mindful, don't it?
Burn haters, burn haters. Burn haters, burn haters.
We still have to be mindful about this thing, you know.
Yo, sir.
Minister Tough, talk to them now.
Come like them take this virus serious.
Let them have a new variant. What them call it? Delta.
Minister Tough. You know ESF it and your yard. Why you want make people life so hard?
The man said, for time of your yard, if you not have to go out there, stay home.
Now some people are play their face, you know. Come like them take this virus serious. I beg you play your part. And turn your yard. Minister Tough. You know ESF it and your yard. Why you want make people life so hard? Them say chillin' at your place quarantine. Wash your hand and make them pristine. Stay at home.
So peeps, thank you so much for joining today. But guess what? The party have done ya, so it was really good. But I want to see you next week. Invite a friend. Tell somebody, your neighbor, your best friend, your auntie, your uncle, your grandma. So peeps, I'll see you next week. God bless you.
You know see how much people are dead. None of your yard everything stop spread to your body. They coming like say your ears them no more. The virus a kill the rich, kill the poor. That no star me no want that no more.
Thanks for tuning in to DJ Mark in the Mix. Do meet us same time and place on Sundays at 2 to 4 p.m. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook pages. DJ Mark in the Mix. Do have a blessed week.
Miss, oh you know so.
Yo, some people are play their face, you know.
Yeah, peeps.
Take this virus serious. I beg you play your part.
Minister, be say big up yourself again.
Minister Tough. You know ESF it and your yard. Why you want make people life so hard? Them say chillin' at your place quarantine. Wash your hand and make them pristine.
So peeps, remember RVR 24/7. Don't go nowhere.
That me I tell you.
5 o'clock praise without limit. DJ Sticker. I go tear it down.
Tana your yard, tana your yard. When you're deaf, tana your yard, tana your yard. Tana your yard, tana your yard. Save life. Tana your yard.